Hello, and thanks for tuning into the Redhead and the Bearded Beauty. I'm the Redhead.
And I'm the German Irish American.
Great.
That's the best I got. I couldn't beat yours from last week.
We switched sides and it's throwing me off.
Yes, it's just kind of awkward.
Yeah, for anyone watching, we switched sides and I don't like it. Oh, I don't like this camera angle either for anyone watching. I have a problem with looking at myself on the monitor and just like I'm wanting to mess with my hair. It's super distracting and bad.
Yeah, it's awkward being on this side of the camera.
Yeah.
And, I've always been the one behind the scenes,
Yeah.
Putting people on camera, throwing you on camera when you didn't want to be.
Yeah,
but
I hate being on camera.
Yeah, I know the first few episodes we would record these. I had this problem with constantly looking up to the monitor and like being distracted. I'm like, okay, that's just weird.
Yeah, it's I know better and I coach people better, but when I'm doing it, I'm just so distracted because like you said, like our jobs are, we prefer to be behind the scenes.
Yep.
100%. I don't like attention.
Yeah, it's not really my cup of tea either.
Yeah,
so
no.
But so yeah, we've had a lot going on recently. Some news coming up with City Council. They're going to be redrawing the district boundaries for each of the council districts. So talk a little bit about what that includes.
So our first meeting is going to be Tuesday night. Councilmember Hoheisel is going to make his appointment next Tuesday. So we'll send out a note about who all those members are after that appointment is made. But yeah, so council is looking at the future of districts. We make this adjustment every 10 years following the census. And the ultimate goal is to make our districts as equitable as possible. That's our overall goal. Usually that is by population. So there's some adjustments that will need to be made, definitely. As we've seen, some districts grow, some shrink a little bit. So, yeah.
Try to just even it out so every district has the same amount of people, get same representation. So a lot more to come on that. There's going to be a lot of community engagement on that one. And that'll be exciting to watch over the next several weeks.
I know. Did you have a good 4th?
I did have a good 4th, yeah. Worked fireworks tent for a charity I work with. And so I did that for Saturday and Sunday. And then had basically a big block party with all my neighbors on Monday. So
that's fun.
Yeah. How about you?
What did I do? I don't know.
Either that was the most boring 4th of July ever, or it was just fantastic.
The best 4th of July. Either or is why I can remember it. No, I think we kept it pretty calm too. We watched Stranger Things.
Very good.
We finished up Stranger Things, the second part. So, have you watched it yet?
I have watched all the way up until this latest season. I haven't seen that one yet.
I won't ruin it for you, but it was pretty good.
Pretty good.
And now I'm like, next season, right now.
So I have to bring back Netflix, just like get the free trial so I can binge it in one weekend or something.
I'll let you sign into my account so you guys can watch it.
Shh, we don't do that.
Don't watch this Netflix. Do you think Netflix watches our podcast?
I think Netflix does watch our podcast.
Oh,
no. I was informed they might be picking up our show.
Oh, see, I can see that. We'll be the next Park and Recreation.
Yes, we will be.
Yeah.
I think if people followed us around in City Hall, it would be a good reality TV show.
Oh, yeah. Who would play you in a TV show?
Who would play me in a TV show? Ooh, I'd have to think about that one for a little bit. I can't think of his name, but I would go with Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. His name's slipping my mind right now.
Yeah,
but
that's a good one for you.
Yeah. Just very like anti people and technology and just like leave me alone.
You said anti-technology, but you run a lot of our technology.
Well, I was referring to more towards the social media side of things, but yeah, he's just like has no accounts for anywhere he didn't want a digital trace. And
I like that. I can kind of see a resemblance too.
Yeah.
Like he's quite a bit older than you, but yeah.
I'd like to say I'm older, and he would look much better in a beard than I would. I will give him that.
No, he did like a stint on The West Wing, and he played basically that same character.
Yeah.
And he kind of is that character in real life because he makes furniture and stuff. And
yeah, it's funny. I watched one of his stand-ups once, and he comes out without a shirt on, and he goes,
"It's bold."
Yeah, he was like, "As advertised, there's partial nudity. I have delivered."
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
that's great.
So, how about you? Who would play you?
Bryce Dallas Howard. I think it's gonna be from the Jurassic movies, but she's in other stuff too.
Very good.
Yeah, but she'll have to be kind of snarky to play me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's who would play Jim, our boss.
Jim, our boss. If you don't know who Jim is, go back and watch our very first episode. We interviewed him. I don't know who would play Jim. We could go between Steve Carell or Tom Hanks.
Oh, I could see either one of those. I was also thinking, who's the Canadian actor? He was on like Radio City no, not Radio City.
Jim Carrey?
No. Oh my gosh. He's in some like Canadian skit show or something.
Huh.
I'm going to think of it after we finish recording. This is infuriating for anyone like listening and watching. If you think you know someone who should play Jim, email us at social@wichita.gov.
Please help us out here.
Yeah.
So, what else we got going on?
Man, I mean, there's always a bunch of stuff going on. We have the first reading of the budget and CIP on Tuesday, too. So we're about to film the mayor basically right after this for What's Up Wichita. We have Mark Manning on talking about the budget, the CIP, and all that fun stuff. So
that's the most exciting document to read ever is the budget book.
It's so long. And people ask us questions, and we try and boil down, put like infographics, but there's some things that you just can't boil down.
Yeah.
It's like, this information is found from pages 12 to 17, and it's just, there's a lot there.
And then to understand this, reference this page,
yes.
And then it just keeps going.
We have some great talented staff. Obviously, we had Elizabeth Goldtree on talking about it. She runs so much of it. But it's the most important document that the city council approves all year because it sets priorities and values for the year. And yeah, it's a big deal.
And another thing we got going on, exciting for me, is I've been working this project for, I think, about a year now, maybe a little over a year, is the redesign of our website. Yeah. So we are going to go out for RFP, or request for proposals, here in the next week, I believe, trying to get firms to offer us their solutions for a website. And we've got a list of requirements of things we absolutely have to have, things we would like to have. And so that's going to go out and be out for several weeks. And then we'll pick which vendor that we think will be the best fit, and then the fun task of moving forward and designing what it's going to look like. And I don't mean just the actual appearance of the site, but how it functions, how you get from A to B. We are completely rethinking this, trying to think, how is it going to be best for the user? Yeah. So that's going to be nice. I've been working on this for a long time. We did surveys late last year with the community, and then internal city staff, and lots of research from other websites, other cities. So we're ready to move this forward and see what we come up with.
That's the website. I've done a couple website projects in past lives, but that is such a lengthy process. Yeah. But the projects I worked on were nothing like our website. That is so, I wanted to say bulky. That's not the kindest term for it, but we have a lot.
Well, it's one of those things where, a small mom and pop website, they've got their main page and a couple other pages to kind of supplement that. Ours, we have not only just our pages about our departments, but then you got to factor in, we're looking at services for email marketing, that sort of thing, email databases for several different departments, and being able to break that up, or user profiles for water department. We're not getting rid of those systems, but our website has to be able to talk to that. Yeah. And it has to go back and forth. There's lots of different licensing, forms and all that. So
GIS information to track the street sweepers or the sweepers of the plains, and like all sorts of stuff. It's a beast of a website.
So yeah, we've heard some people are complaining, why is it taking so long? But it's one of those, we're not just going to do something just to have something new. We want to do it and do it right.
And anyone who's ever done, just like the website I worked on was hotel marketing. So we had the hotel part of the website, and then we did like the franchise part of the website, and that was kind of a beast. And then I did one for a nonprofit that had some like clinical things attached to it, so there were some user profiles. So, and those took at least a couple years each. Yeah. This is so much larger than that. Like, website projects take a long time. Yeah. But I think unless you've done it and you're in marketing, like, you don't know. It's just like, we'll just make a website.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to say it's the gray beard by the time I'm done with this project, and by late this year, hopefully early next year. So anyway, it's I've been excited. It's a huge project, but I'm ready to tackle it and move forward. So
yeah, well, you're doing a great job, and you really kept it moving and just keeping everybody in line.
Yeah. So that the first few meetings, when you're trying to bring all the different departments together, you got a lot of voices in the room, a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and it's we're going to do that again. We're going to meet with everybody again, and it's a lot of opinions, and it's fun to try to figure out how to make it work for everyone. So anyway, so all right. Well, we have 2 guests this week from the #1 rated podcast in City Hall, and it's Officer Chad Ditch and Officer Trevor Macy from the Wichita Police Department.
Their numbers are way better than ours.
Yeah, theirs are way better. But hey, we're number 2 inside City Hall in Wichita, Kansas.
We're number 2. We're not going to go there.
Yeah, let's stay away from number 2 jokes.
Our sewer mains next week. That reminds me.
Yes. Let's tell us about sewer mains. You can head over to Council Chat, the #4 rated podcast, and learn more about sewer mains. Yeah. All right, so stick around. We'll be right back with Trevor and Chad.
My name's Mayor Brandon Whipple. It is great to be out of City Hall. It's great to be here at the Evergreen Community Center. And we're thrilled to join Councilmember Ballard to cut the ribbon for the first permanent story walk in Wichita. So story walks are designed to combine literacy and exercise. So it's really important that we have books not only that engage children and expose them to other experiences, but also particularly for children who might have experiences that are similar to those being described in these books. So it's good that we have this here, and I'm really looking forward to not only reading this book, but also hearing about how it influences others.
I can't think of anything more perfect than combining literacy and exercise. When we read, we exercise our minds and explore new places. I want to thank the United Way for providing funding for this project, the Wichita Public Library combined forces with the Health and Wellness Coalition, and the K-State Research and Extension Sedgwick County to organize the story walk. None of this would have been possible without the talent and assistance of Wichita Public Works and Utilities Department and the Parks and Recreation Department.
3, 2, 1.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
All right, welcome back. We have 2 guests with us today, Officers Chad Ditch and Officer Trevor Macy. Guys, thanks for joining us on the #2 rated podcast inside City Hall.
That's right.
What's the #1 rated podcast?
I think it's yours.
Is it?
Is it?
I think it's
Wow.
yours.
Yeah? All right.
It goes yours, ours. The Great Plains Nature Center has one, and it's pretty funny. And then Council Chat. Sorry, Council Chat.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Well,
Yeah.
Council Chat.
Great Plains. That sounds entertaining.
It is, and it's a little risque, actually.
Interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah,
It's our
appreciate
first time
it.
as guests.
Yeah. We always knew we wanted
podcast.
to crash the podcast. We just never knew when.
Yeah.
And, you know, Chad always likes to open up, I'm your host.
Right. Yeah.
And he's got 1 or 2 co-hosts, so we figured you should be a guest for once.
I appreciate it.
And to honor you guys being on the show, I got a little gift for you. I'm going to step away just for a second so you can keep the conversation going.
gift?
Okay.
I'll bring out a gift for you.
Okay. Do you know how to
What
keep
is
the,
this?
can you keep the conversation?
I don't know what he's
a little
doing.
surprise?
So, and he never gets me a gift. He mostly just gunches at me for doing weird stuff
You
with
get
the
to work with
microphone.
him. That's a gift. In its
Oh,
gosh.
there we go.
Yes.
Donuts.
Yes.
And it's
He
What are you
ate
going
one.
for, Chad?
I think you took a
Is this
bite
the
out of
cream
one.
filled?
that's got to be the
That's
cream
the only
filled.
one that looked like it could be cream filled.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna
I
go
went
for
with
it.
that one.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to eat
And
these
this
now?
is my long
They
john.
are from Quick Trip, Chad. I went back and watched it. So
See?
you like Long Johns.
Which Quick Trip though? It's gonna depend on. No, I'm just joking.
Douglas and Seneca.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
good.
Yeah, I've got the custard in it.
We're going to get some
does.
ASMR stuff with the
Oh, yeah.
donuts on here.
Yeah,
Long
here,
Johns are
hold
by
up.
far the best
It's a
donut.
No.
ASMR
Yeah.
donut eating
Not
experience.
a fact.
Oh.
It's those powdery sugary ones with like the loose sugar, not the powdered sugar, but the loose sugar.
Let me ask you this: would you rather have a house where you pay $200,000, you get 4 bedrooms and 2 baths, or would you rather pay $200,000 and get 1 bedroom, 1 bath? Because this is a 4 bedroom, 2 bath right here. You get more bang for your buck. That's what you
Fair.
Very good. And you guys did a couple episodes back. You did a One Has to Go.
We
where
did.
You had these donuts.
get. These exact ones.
I'm glad that was cream filled. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, that's what I'd get rid of. I'm not a cream filled kind of guy.
Yeah. And Trevor,
So-
you got rid of sprinkles.
Sprinkles aren't my thing. They're unnecessary. They're useless. It's just fluff.
It's whimsical.
It's not even whimsical.
They're not even
It's
flavored.
it's little sugar rocks.
But they're cute and they're
They're
whimsical.
not though. They're just
I think they're kind of.
there's just extra unnecessary texture in my mouth. I just want the donut, frosting, some cream in the center.
See,
I'm
I
good.
think this one, the plain like frosted one, is just trash. Like, just
Yep.
get rid of it.
I'm going to have to agree with
Trash.
you.
You think the glazed is
yeah,
trash?
the glaze is trash.
Wow. No, the glazed is amazing when it is fresh. But when you get it like a couple hours later or something,
I will say this though, there is a popular donut chain, starts with a K, that like I think is trash. I just even
We're
thinking
not allowed
about
to
them is
say
just, I don't know. I'm always weird about like naming retailers and stuff from a city thing. So, but I mean, I don't know. I don't need a phone call from somebody being like from corporate, from this donut chain being like, how dare you disparage our donuts?
What's your go-to donut place?
I like the Rooster one on Douglas.
The
I like
donut
that.
hole.
The donut
yeah,
hole.
okay.
Oh.
Shout out.
Right.
Best donuts in the
I
city.
guess we can talk positively about.
Yeah.
Yeah, their
What-
OG buttermilk donut is phenomenal.
OG, I've never seen this man be quiet that long. With the donut. Were you hungry, bro?
I don't like to stop eating when I'm eating. Like I get the job done.
I feel like you should try the sprinkles and give them another chance.
I know what sprinkles taste like.
They
I don't
taste
need
like
to
nothing.
try
Magic.
sprinkles to know that I don't like sprinkles.
Magic and happiness is what they taste like.
Probably got custard on my mustache.
All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and kick this off officially. Chad, we'll start with you. Why don't you give us a little background? Tell us about yourself.
So I've been on the department just 7 years. I was a derby cop before that. Been married now, coming up on 17 years. Was in the military for about 10 and a half years, and a dog handler. And then been out west, patrol south, patrol east. I was on the community response team for a couple years, and then CP East for a couple years. So really got to hone in on my social media skills, being on those units. And I thought, communications would be something that I think I might be good at. So put in for the public information officer spot, and here we are doing podcasts and all kinds of other stuff up there, just staying busy. So,
Trevor, how about you?
Thank you for asking. My name's Trevor. I am a public information officer. Been with the department almost 4 years. Prior to law enforcement, I was a TV news guy at one of the local stations here. Did that for 4 years.
Real quick, which station?
Channel 12,
Oh,
KWCH.
No, sorry, I was Channel 10.
Yeah,
so.
you're a rival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go back and forth.
Rival alum.
My
but-
bad. Continue.
No, you're good. That was a good experience. I learned a lot from that and decided to move on from that and go into law enforcement. I worked out at Patrol West for a couple of years, and then a spot came open in the public information unit, and I applied and been up there about a year and a half now. So
Very good.
Okay, I have a question though. Our media partners get a lot of wild messages, and we get a lot of wild messages as government workers as well. Did you get crazier messages as a journalist or with the police department?
probably as a journalist, I legit had a stalker at one point as a journalist that was convinced that I needed to fly her to Alaska. Or something.
Why Alaska?
I don't know.
is that why
I
you grew
didn't
the
ask many questions.
is that why you grew the mustache to just
Yeah, I had to
To
hide
be
lose the
incriminated.
stalkers?
Yeah. No, now I look like the stalker now. With the mustache, so I turned the tables on them.
Right. Yeah.
You wanted to discourage other stalkers from thinking
Right.
you were
Yeah.
a stalker.
In order to defeat the stalker, you must become the stalker.
Yeah.
No, the mustache just because of Top Gun.
Right.
Great
Top
movie.
Gun.
Okay.
I
Great
still
movie.
have yet to see that. I need to get out.
Are you
Is
kidding?
it worth going to the theater?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So
it's
good.
worth going. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you can go every day.
I'm the only one here that hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the best theater
It's-
experiences of
it's
the
really
last
good.
few years.
Is this like the whole Star Wars thing where I'm just going to show up? And be
No,
like,
it's really good.
No.
No, it's better than
it's-
that. Yeah.
That's way better than Star
So
Wars.
we can all agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, the newest.
America
Well,
agrees.
you've never even seen Star Wars, so don't even talk like you know what you're talking about. We're not going to get on this tangent again, but just
Yeah.
We're gonna bring it to
Hush.
this podcast.
Hush.
Embarrassing for you.
Yeah. Have you seen Star
Of
Wars?
course I have.
What?
She's a human being
I'm a human being.
who lives
Yeah.
on planet Earth. Of course, she's seen Star Wars.
But
Earth doesn't
wrong
even
with you?
exist in Star Wars.
that's because
Not that
it's
well,
yeah.
it might. Have they ever been to Earth?
Don't know. I've never watched.
Alderaan
Never
was like
watched
the
it.
closest thing they had, and they don't have that anymore. Spoiler alert.
Speaking of tangents here, you guys on your last episode you recorded just this week.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor, you went on a little tangent about
Which one?
about geese.
The inner
And-
machinations of my
God.
mind are an enigma.
Yeah.
Yes, and I agree with you. They just sit there and they cross the road
Yes.
and stare at you.
Right.
Yes.
Not cool.
They have no regard for the rules of the road or society in general. They poop all over the place. They eat all the grass seeds, which I'm fine with that. Do your
Right.
business where you got to do your business, eat what you got to eat, but just stay out of the roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason. You are a bird capable of flight. Use your talents that you have to be the best you can be.
Like
That's
they
what I
should.
want to tell
Yeah.
the geese.
They
Like,
should take their talents to South Beach.
Take their
Get
talents to
outta here.
South Beach, yeah. And then they teach their kids this, right? Because their little geeseling or whatever they are, they trickle around. And then sometimes you see the videos where the mother geese are like setting them up, and then the geese like down the little drain, like
Aw.
We are-
super sad, but they get them
Yeah,
that.
they're so cute that when they're little.
we are
Right.
suffering now because of generations of bad goose parenting.
That's it.
It's true.
And teaching them to walk across the street rather than fly where they need to go.
Right.
The question came up, what would Megan do
Yeah.
in this situation? Would you get mad at the geese and honk at them? Or would you get out and take a picture?
Maybe a little of both. So I have.
You're going to take the picture while honking?
I'm going to take a picture while challenging them.
Oh.
But so okay, when you're in government long enough, you just stop being interesting. And I have goose facts.
True.
Okay, so geese are federally protected.
Gotcha.
And one thing that we do, so we're very limited on how we can discourage the goose population.
All geese or Canadian geese specifically?
Canadian geese specifically,
Gotcha.
which are the majority of our population, and they've
Yes.
stopped migrating. So they just sit. In fact, some of the people always talk about like the river, like the color and stuff. They think it's pollution. It's actually mostly silt and goose poop. So you can blame those two things.
So do not go swim in the river.
I mean, you can. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's not harmful to you. It's just you're gonna smell bad because
Right.
of silt and goose poop. But so they're federally protected. And one thing we do at the airport is we oil the eggs to discourage them from hatching. You can't kill them, you can't smash them, but you can oil the eggs. And someone at the Federal National Wildlife found out that someone at the airport was discussing this practice at a conference, and she called me, and I have never been yelled at harder as a
Right.
government employee than about that. And it's like, how dare you? These are protected, majestic creatures, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, just patiently listening. And I had known about this conference because I wrote a speech for someone else for it. And I was like, okay, well, here's the practice. And then she was like, oh, okay. And then she hung up on me. It was so nasty. So there's some passionate people about geese.
Right.
Okay, now I'm curious about goose egg oiling.
Yeah.
Like, what oil do they use?
I don't know. I don't have more details than that. But
WD-40 or
Canola.
yeah.
motor oil?
Canola.
Canola oil. Fry them up
See,
after.
the geese always remind me, like as a parent, when your kids are like, elementary age, and then you're like, hey, you need to go do that, and they hit you with that's geese for me. Just walking across and just looking at you. That's just like,
It's like they know
Okay.
that they're inconveniencing you
Yeah.
and they're enjoying it.
right.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah,
And they
what
love
are you gonna do,
downtown.
man? What are you gonna do?
They do. And every time we do in April, we do a press conference for the sweepers of the plains. And there's one here, and it waits until we are outside, and then it just starts screaming, and it attacks people. Oh, it's mean.
And in 2020, it did a flyover in the middle of the press conference.
Just like dive bombed
What?
down. Yeah.
Call that
it's-
goose mad.
Is that on video?
I don't think it made it
I
on.
don't
Oh,
know.
man, that'd be
camera, but
hilarious.
yeah. I was like, what kind of news conference would that be? The mayor's sitting there talking, and
Right.
the goose comes up and
Yeah.
walks him out.
I guess that wouldn't be a goose, but
sounds
do
like a
geese make that
pterodactyl.
sound?
Geese.
You know what I think is cool about geese and birds in general is they're like the closest relatives living to dinosaurs.
They are
that we have.
dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Geese are
like,
dinosaurs.
It's kind of cool. Like if you stop for a second next time they're blocking traffic and you picture them as like tiny brontosauruses, it's
It's kinda
less
cute.
it's
Yeah.
less upsetting. So,
Now I'm entertained. Now I want
Jurassic
to
Park.
Now I want to go out on 3rd Street and just see if there's like
I want to get out in like
Yeah.
a Chris Pratt costume and just like hold,
right. Yeah.
hold.
You start naming everyone Blue.
I like that.
I'm gonna start a
That's
goose
funny.
training center.
We like to play this game on the show. It's not really a game, but we do 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
Oh
Did you
man,
guys come with 2 truths and a lie?
I forgot mine.
You forgot them already?
Yeah.
I came with some.
All right.
Chad will go
Chad,
first.
I'll let you go first.
Okay, so 2 truths and a lie. I was married over the phone. I lived in Korea, and I was a dog handler in the Army.
I don't think you were married over the phone.
I know this one. you were a dog handler in the Air Force.
So that's a dog handler in the Air Force.
Tricky.
Yeah, he's
Tricky.
good.
I pay attention to your
You
podcast.
do, yeah. I was like, I got to come up with one, but I know Tyler's going to know one. So
You were married over the phone?
I was, yeah.
Did she do it with her own free will?
Yeah, she did.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah. She
That's
actually,
good.
she lost the bet. Rock,
Like a
paper,
target.
scissors.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wasn't paying attention. You're just doing the whole thing, and she's like, "Uh-huh."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
By the way, we're married now.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
Locked in now.
Yeah. But no, Kansas allows, back then, I don't know how many other states, but back then there was only 4 that you could get married over the phone. So I was deployed. We were pregnant with my daughter and got married. I was in a bunker in Iraq. And then we got married, and an hour later we got attacked, and everything ended up being good. But yeah, so I throw that little jab out there when she's like, "We never had a wedding," and I'm like, "I got attacked an hour later," so I kind of thought that was, explosive enough. So,
No.
but, yeah.
Did you ever give her a wedding?
No, we never had a wedding. So
What's your wife's
17's Lorraine.
Lorraine, he owes you. Don't let him get away with that.
We can host the wedding on this podcast.
On the podcast.
I'm an
there you
ordained
go.
minister, and I'll do it.
There, I remember watching that. Yeah.
Too.
Have you ever performed weddings?
Yeah, I've done 2.
I've done 4.
Wow.
Oh wait, it would be a one-upper.
Universal
Boom.
Life Church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys got it off the same app or what?
Yeah. So
You just
on
do
my
it
website.
online.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you have a couple margaritas and you become a minister.
It happens. It happens.
That's awesome.
I'm curious with the phone marriage thing. Is there a prerequisite where you have to have met the person, or can you just get married?
You just go on
regardless?
Craigslist and
Yeah,
find
it's
somebody.
like,
That's
hey,
it. Yeah.
I need a tax break. Let's get married.
Yeah.
How do you sign
Right,
a
yeah.
certificate?
It gets like emailed to me. It was like
Okay.
06.
Like
So.
DocuSign or something.
Mm-hmm.
Did you give her a honeymoon?
No, because I was deployed. But I would say the first time that I actually read my vows or said I married my wife and redid our vows in person was at our 10-year anniversary.
But you never gave her a honeymoon?
Never gave her a honeymoon. We were broke, man. I was like 21 years old. We were broke.
You're not broke anymore, so you need to give her
I
a
know,
honeymoon.
but you don't do like, hey babe, we're gonna have the wedding at our 17-year, so we're waiting for the 20.
You can give her a honeymoon whenever.
I guess
I'm mad for her.
How about this? Last year, we did go to New Orleans for our 15-year wedding anniversary.
Nope.
No,
It
that
has
don't
to be
count.
called a honeymoon.
It's got to be called a honeymoon. Okay.
Just do like a weekend trip somewhere.
That's what we should
Nope.
do. Nope. What's it got to be?
It's got to be like
Megan's
special. You
Like
gotta
Bahamas?
plan it. Yeah.
I like that.
Jeez.
All right, Lorraine, I will do that because Megan said so.
I'm mad about it for her. Like, I'm mad.
Trevor,
Did you get yours?
Are you good, or do you want me to go?
I'm thinking. You guys go ahead. Yeah,
I'll go ahead.
He's never prepared.
Since we
not.
have police on the show, I figured I'd do fire facts.
There you go. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. People
Low
care about
blow.
them more
So-
anyway.
People's favorite emergency
People do
responders.
love
Yeah.
that.
I will give this one as a fact. There have been 5 arson canines. The names of 3 of them are Ashley, Bella, and Zoe.
I'm
Which
gonna
one is not true?
Wait, what?
I'm gonna say Zoe.
The name. Give me the names again.
I said Ashley, Bella, and Zoe.
Ashley is
Yeah,
not
Ashley.
true.
Ashley, it is Zoe.
Ha! You know why I thought Ashley?
about-
Because the fire and ash.
Ashes.
Yeah.
What about Sporty?
Yeah, Sporty's in there as well. So of
Okay.
the 5, Ashley was first, then Jody, then Bella, then Sporty, then Buddy. And Buddy's the one they have now.
I used
So.
to keep carrots and cheese in my office for Sporty
Yeah.
and lure her downstairs.
Yeah, I've heard stories of Sporty like getting on the elevator
Yeah.
and going to different floors.
Yes, Sporty
Really?
would
Yeah.
do the elevator
by
by
herself?
herself
That's
and go to
awesome.
people who like she knew had treats, and like she would go up to doors and stuff and be let in. And
What kind
yeah.
of dog?
She was
Black
a black
lab.
Yeah.
Yep.
No joke. That's hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Right? Imagine that just in your office on the 11th floor.
Yeah.
Black
Hey.
Lab said that?
Yeah.
That would make my day.
You're
honestly.
right,
If a dog
yeah.
just walked
It
in
was
the office
fantastic.
randomly.
Just sits down and looks at you.
Everybody in City Hall's blaming Megan. Like,
I know.
Let another dog in.
I was so excited when Sporty used to come, and I'm never excited for anyone to come to my office.
All right, how about you? What do you got?
Okay, I don't have anything. I'm not prepared. But
Oh
I'll think
my
of something on the fly. Okay, so we have several animals at our Great Plains Nature Center, Zoo in Riverside Park, the Kansas Wildlife Exhibit. And among them are Pokey, Rufus, and Keeper. That's one fact. The second fact is you can go see their feedings at 1 o'clock every day. And the third fact is that there's a romance going on right now with them, in that one of the birds is in love with another bird, but that bird is spurning their advances. And so it's a whole like love triangle with the birds.
And one of these is false?
One of these is false.
The feeding time.
The feeding time is at noon. You are correct.
Yeah.
But we were over
Everything
there.
else was too specific.
Yeah, it was
Yeah. Todd was talking about how like one of the birds is in love with like one of the egrets, and they're different bird species, and it's a whole thing.
Are they in the same?
They're in the same enclosure. Yeah, and he tries to woo her every day, and she's like not having it.
This sounds like a reality show.
It really is. It's
Right.
very dramatic.
I didn't get on this.
You
Make it a
you
show.
didn't know that it was so dramatic over there.
I'm going to have to go hang out over there more
I know.
often. So
That is hilarious. Did you think of anything yet?
Is it supposed to be about me or just about random
it can
facts?
be about you or random city
Because
facts.
I thought we were doing facts about us, so
Yeah.
I was thinking of facts about me. But
You can do that.
Okay.
You can do that.
Yeah.
All right, so three truths.
3 truths and not a lie. There we go.
2 truths and a lie. I used to be a news reporter at Channel 12. I just said that. I have a IMDb credit, and I got my my bachelor's degree here in town locally at Friends University.
The third one is a lie. You went to Wichita State?
Yeah, I was going to say
Dang
Wichita
it,
State.
yeah.
You're a bad liar.
Yeah, I am a bad liar. That's why I'm a cop.
Right. Oh man.
Never be able to go undercover.
Ever. Yeah.
Like, are you a cop? No. Why would you ask?
Hello, drug dealers.
Is it the
Do you have
mustache?
drugs?
Yeah.
Hello, fellow drug
Yeah.
dealers. Would you like to buy some marijuana?
Trevor just be like, yeah, hi, I'm just here to purchase some.
I would like to buy 3 of your finest drugs, please. You take Venmo?
All right, so let's move on here a little bit. So tell us a little bit about some of the things you guys are doing. I know communications for the police department has evolved quite a bit over the last few years.
Yeah.
What are some of the initiatives you guys have been taking on since you've started?
Well, we started a podcast. Maybe you guys have heard of it. Coffee Break.
Coffee break?
Coffee Break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we film it weekly.
That wasn't the best name for it. We had better names for it.
I don't know. I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree.
What did we have? It
think
was like
Between
the
two
best.
donuts.
between two
Between two
donuts.
donuts.
was
Okay.
the best.
That
That
was
was
pretty good.
decent.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the donut trope is kind of overdone in
You
the
guys just ate donuts.
cop circles.
And plus, it's
5 minutes
Okay,
ago.
who's not going to eat a donut that's put in front of them? You
Yeah.
put a donut in front of any person that is allowed to eat donuts, and they're going to eat a donut.
and
just
plus
saying.
it is 2022. We've kind of upgraded to bagels
Yeah.
by now.
That's
Everything,
fancy.
everything
It is.
bagels.
We are fancy.
But we do a lot of, we work with the media a lot, getting information out. We are a very, very busy department. We have a lot of stuff going on citywide, so just getting information out about big things happening, and then just trying to promote some of the good things, the good work that we're doing, which happens all the time. And
Yeah.
sometimes, it's hard for people to find out about that stuff if we're not promoting. So we really have to be like the cheerleaders for the department and
Yeah.
showcase the good stuff our community police teams are doing, and officers just daily working hard to make Wichita a better place and give great services to our community. So
Yeah. Especially, I'm learning more that Facebook is not obviously the only social media platform. So being able to put that everywhere, and then you got some Instagram that doesn't have the same format or picture size, and you got to switch things up. So learning that side, but yeah, just being able to be the voice kind of for the department and stuff, and the chief's big advocate for putting positive things out there. So but yeah, super busy. I came from community policing where I might get 15 to 20 emails a day, and now I get 15 to 20 emails like
An
every
hour.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
we're trying to keep up with trends too. Like we're on TikTok
Your
now.
TikToks are good.
Yeah, especially when Sergeant Justice gets in there and starts dancing.
So we need to make more TikToks, I
Yeah.
suppose, probably. But just, that's kind of our job, is just to promote the department and provide information to the public. That's probably why they call us public information
Right.
officers.
Yeah. And it's to just keep doing it. It's almost like sales. You got to just stay up with the trends, and you got to redo it every month or every week and everything. And especially for events, you don't want to push stuff out too early, and make sure it's getting to where everybody can see it. So,
And you guys really work never really stops. When you go home, you can get that call, 10 o'clock at night, say, hey, you got to come back in. Something's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're on call one of us at least is on call 24/7, 365. So
Yep.
always available, always answering questions. Policing in today's world is a complicated thing. There are a lot of different facets for it. So there's obviously a lot of questions people have. So we're kind of like the information finders too, and we'll get questions to our email. Sometimes we're like, I don't know the answer, but we go find out and try to get people the answers that they need.
Yeah, it's cool too. We monitor our Facebook and stuff, and people message there, and to be able to respond back to people, and it's you feel that connection, and then they're so like grateful just to get that response, because some of them aren't able to. We're so busy, or officers on the streets are so busy. It's not like you can just always see one at Quick Trip. Well, you can't always see one at Quick Trip most likely. But you can't just, go holler at one that's on the street. Sometimes they're probably, working an accident or working a call. So it's nice to be able to give the community somewhere to, reach out and get a question answered. So, but yeah.
Yeah, just being accessible is key.
So both of you worked in the community before being PIOs. What is the most memorable call that either of you were on?
Oh man,
that's hard.
So you always remember like the real bad ones, right? The ones that can like affect you mentally and stuff. So I have those, but anything to do with like, it's on the reverse side. So our bad days are usually ones with the kids and stuff, right? But also the good days are the ones with the kids. So I remember being at elementary schools and reading books to kids, or doing some kind of event. Like those are good days, or the days that you meet a family that's just running into bad luck, and then your officers and your team that you work with are able to put something together to be able to help them out for a week or two or something. Like those are the days that's when you're like, that's what I signed up for. Yeah. So those are cool.
It's you go to so many calls where you just, it's the worst time in someone's life, and you don't really get to see what happens after you help them deal with that. And so like I had this girl in my neighborhood that was struggling with addiction and was having problems, with the side effects of that. And we kept going out there, and finally we were able to get her connected with some services, get her sober. She was cleaning everything up, and we were able to we'd drive by and see her, cleaning up her house and getting everything back together. So being able to see stuff like that was really cool. That's probably the most memorable thing for me. That's not just
when you see people turn it around and stuff.
And sometimes all they need is just that little push in the right direction, and then they can be like, oh, there are people willing to help.
Or even they get to see us, because a lot of times, the uniform sometimes makes people just think that we're going to be like, well, you know what, you cross the sidewalk when you shouldn't, and we're going to write you a ticket.
Yeah, I do that.
Right. But people, I think, forget too, before we're a man, we're a woman before we put that uniform on, and we might have came from the same background that we're coming to and stuff like that. So to be able to talk to somebody that's battling addiction and say like, hey, I've never been addicted to meth or heroin and stuff, but I've been addicted to, cigarettes or alcohol, and I understand sweet tea, or food, donuts. So even though it's not that extreme, we understand addiction, we understand we're all human and everything like that. So to be able to relate to people, I think that just puts us into a whole new perspective for people as well. So
yeah, we're human.
Yeah,
and it's nice to be able to get that across to people sometimes, because you put the uniform on and then people immediately assume things about you.
Right.
When I go out and meet people off duty, I don't tell them right away I'm a cop, because they immediately assume, oh, he's gonna be watching everything I do.
I think they can tell with the mustache.
Yeah, right.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm either a cop or a fighter pilot from the 1980s.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I know that's one thing you guys with your podcast is trying to do, is humanize the people in the department and say,
absolutely,
find out who you are outside of being an officer. So talk a little bit about that, how the podcast was started.
Yeah, so we knew we had Crimecast a year ago and stuff where we would go live and put facts out there, and we understand the community wants to know that, and it's very important. But we also have a community crime map that we utilize on our website so people can see that. But we wanted, everybody knows, if you're a cop and stuff, right? And okay, you got Officer Macy, you got Officer Ditch. Well, we want people to know, hey, who's Trevor? Who's Chad? Because that's that personal level. That's how we bridge the gap between law enforcement and the communities. Just get to know each other and stuff. So
I like how you guys are bringing on different people in the department.
Yeah,
and
right.
showing, they're people that you might see out. And so giving them a little bit of a background.
And that's when we see like the biggest views too, is like when we bring people on that are in community policing, or we bring a dog on and stuff.
Everybody
People are like,
dogs.
I know him, or I know her, and it makes it just word of mouth, and it travels. And but yeah,
And that's like one of the core missions of our unit is just to build relationships within the community and build trust and rapport. And you can't do that without knowing the people that you're interacting with. So just like we go to a call, we try to learn everything we can about the people that we're talking to, just to help us build rapport and build that relationship. People need to know about us in order to trust us, to serve them in the best capacity. We're at a kind of a critical point in society where it's more important now than ever to really be the ones that are reaching out and saying, hey, you know what, like, this is us. We're real people. We have real life stuff. We live in this community. We love this community. And we're here to help. So.
And also it's good for like the officers too, because they get to see, the podcast, and it's about them, because we talk about current events or what's going on. And a lot of them will reach out to us, text us and stuff, and say like, hey, I really enjoy it. When can I be on? And it's cool because everybody wants to do this and get to know people and everything. So
now, one quick nod to you guys' podcast. You guys do this thing called One Has to Go.
Yes.
Put that up on the screen. We have a One Has to Go.
Oh,
We'll do
right.
that here.
This one's easy.
I thought that was
This
the
one's
Park and
easy.
Recreation, Friends, or Seinfeld.
Friends is gone.
Friends is gone.
Never
No
seen
way.
Friends.
You've never seen it, then
Never
you can't say
seen
that
it.
one has to go.
I don't have any desire.
Oh man.
See,
But I love the
go
other
ahead.
3 shows, so I'm not getting rid of those.
y'all might come for me, or the people watching might come for me, but I've never seen the top 2. I've never seen The Office or Parks and Recreation.
You're kidding.
I've
You gotta
seen
get
it.
on
I've
that.
seen
You
them
gotta
on
get
memes
that.
and stuff. I've seen little videos, but I never watched it. So I grew up watching Seinfeld and Friends. So.
Can we talk about how you used the font Comic Sans on this?
I did that just for you, Megan.
I'm
I did
bothered.
that just
I'm
for
not
you.
cool with that. That has to go. I choose Comic Sans.
What's okay? Comic Sans or Papyrus? Which one's worse?
Since we have a department that uses papyrus,
Who?
I don't want to talk about it.
Someone uses
Then I guess
papyrus?
I don't want to talk about it.
Now I want to know, how do you spell that?
Papyrus.
Okay, my
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Comic Sans. Comic Sans has to go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Seinfeld. Has to go.
Really?
Whoa.
Why?
I have watched. Well, my wife and I are watching Seinfeld now. We're kind of working our way through it.
Oh, okay.
I've watched almost every episode of all the other shows, and it's just not my style.
So you just started watching Seinfeld.
We're like a season and a half in.
Oh,
No,
you
but
gotta-
like
you
in
gotta-
this point in your life, you're just now watching Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never watched it.
See, I think it's different when it's if you watch it, it was 90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was always on
time.
TV.
Yeah.
It was always on TV growing up.
Yeah.
I remember my parents watching it, but I never really got into it. And then a couple years ago, I watched through the whole thing. I was like, this is brilliant. This
Yeah.
is great TV.
I didn't get into Curb Your Enthusiasm though.
I like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I couldn't get into
That's
it.
good. I like Larry David. He makes good stuff.
That's fair.
So out of the memes and stuff that I've seen for the other 2, I would probably go with Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, that I would get rid of.
The only reason not for me on that one was because it's so relatable. There is so much that it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
I think about a scene where a lady comes to speak at a public forum and she was angry because she found a sandwich in a park and it didn't have mustard on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about that so often. So often do I.
Do you want a
think about
sandwich
that
with mustard on?
No, just we some of our public feedback is interesting.
Right.
So
Yeah, know the feeling.
a lot of it is valid and really
Yeah,
helpful,
yeah, yeah.
but some of it is
Yeah.
yeah.
we get a few calls that are
we
out there.
get some
We get
messages
some,
and
yeah,
emails.
we
that
get
are
some messages that are
like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your input.
Much obliged.
All right, we like to close these shows with some dad jokes. Did you guys come prepared?
I did.
I forgot mine.
Through all of this, I forgot it. Hold on.
I can let you Google one real quick, Trevor.
Oh, I could do the one about Juan.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good dad joke.
So we have a new guy on our unit. He's not here today. Hopefully he'll be here someday. His name's Juan. But he has a son. He's been bringing his son to work every day this week, right? His son is named Amal, and it's I don't know why he brings him to work every day, but every time I see Juan, I see Amal.
That was good. Juan died laughing when we told him that. That was
We
hilarious.
told him that in the car, so he's totally cool with it.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was like crying. He was laughing so hard.
Yeah. He was like, that's a good one. I'm going to tell my kids that one.
I don't think he actually has a kid named Amal, but that'd
He
be
does
hilarious
not,
if he
no.
did.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I got one. What do a tick and the Eiffel Tower have in common?
Both are parasites.
Okay.
She already went to that
does
website.
You looked at
She's
that
a
one.
joke ruiner,
Sorry.
Oh,
I
yeah, you
love
tell
ruining
yours. Way to
jokes.
crush my
Yeah.
dreams.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Ruin your joke.
Okay, hold on. This isn't mine. I found this beforehand. The officer pulls over a guy and he says, "Why did you park here?" And the man says, "It says fine for parking."
Why'd he pull him over if he was already parked?
Shh. Don't.
That doesn't make sense. Thank you. My logical reasoning skills there at work.
Did you guys
Somebody
know?
needs to put Megan in her place.
It's
on
true.
this.
I do require that
So,
frequently.
being the dog lover that you are,
Yeah.
did you know that dogs cannot operate MRIs, but cats can?
That's good. That's good.
That was a good one.
That was good. Okay.
Hey, why did the police officer arrest the celery?
Stalking.
Stalking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
You did that on your podcast.
Did we?
Have you?
Or did you say that in a meeting?
I don't know.
It might have been in a meeting, but you said that recently.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
come up
I-
with
We're
come up
getting
with
to the point
something
where I'm
new.
afraid I'm gonna start like reusing jokes
Right.
we've already done.
I'm a one-trick pony.
All right, so this baker was murdered, and police were not able to notify his family. Do you know why that is? He was a John Doe.
I was gonna say something about next of kin.
Yeah,
or something.
I was
Oh,
going
that's
with
good
that
too.
next of kin, yeah, or something like that.
That's good.
That
too.
was good. That was good.
All right,
I
guys,
like that.
thank you so much for coming on the show.
No,
Thank you
thanks
for
for
having
letting
us.
us out.
This is fun.
When are we going to come on your show now?
Next week.
Next
We
week?
can get you on.
Well, we have a guest already scheduled for next week, but yeah, we can do
Is
Down
it
the
a
road,
dog?
We'll pencil you
No.
guys in.
Oh, I'm not interested then.
Yeah, Megan has to come down every time you guys have a dog on the show.
Yeah.
I'm really mean to people when there's an animal in the building and I don't know about it.
Well,
You
there's
met
still
Stewie,
evidence
right?
of all the animals. that
Stewie
have
was
been here.
awesome.
Yeah, Stewie was really
Stewie
awesome.
actually sat in a chair the whole time.
Stewie's going to be, I think Stewie's going to the Levy. Yeah, Stewie is going to the Levy community event this weekend. So,
Oh yeah, that'll
That's
be good.
tomorrow.
You guys are gonna be there?
I'm pretty sure I'll be there. Yeah.
I will not.
Yeah.
I have another prior commitment, unfortunately.
Very good. All right, well, guys, thank you so much. And
Thank
if you
you.
guys have any comments, questions, or just want to send us email, talk to us, whatever, send us your comments to social@wichita.gov. And again, thanks for watching.
Bye.